Have you ever noticed how stress seems to linger a little longer than it used to? Maybe the worries of the day sit heavier on your chest, or your mind feels busier at night when you're trying to rest. You're not alone in this. Many people after 60 find that life can bring a new kind of stress. Sometimes it's health concerns, sometimes it's changes in family life, and sometimes it's just the quiet moments that make the mind wander. And while we can't always control what happens around us, we can absolutely choose how we care for ourselves in those moments. That's what this conversation is all about today: simple, practical daily practices you can do that ease your mind, calm your body, and bring back that sense of peace we all crave. These aren't complicated routines or big lifestyle changes. They're small choices that can fit naturally into your day, and they make an immediate difference in how you feel. Because after 60, every day of peace and calm is truly priceless. Let's begin with the first practice, and it's one you can start right now: the power of mindful breathing. You'd be amazed at how something as simple as your breath can change the way your body feels. When stress shows up, your breathing often becomes shallow and quick, which tells your brain that something is wrong, even if you're just sitting in your living room. By taking slow, deep breaths, you flip that switch. You send a signal to your nervous system that says, "It's okay. You're safe. You can relax now." Here's an easy way to do it. Sit comfortably, close your eyes if that feels good, and take a slow breath in through your nose while counting to 4. Hold it gently for a moment, and then breathe out through your mouth for another count of 4. Do this 3 or 4 times, and notice how your shoulders start to drop, your heart rate slows down, and your mind feels lighter. It's like giving your whole body a reset button. The beauty is, you can do this anywhere. Before you get out of bed, while waiting for the kettle to boil, or even during those restless nights when sleep just won't come. The second practice ties beautifully into the first, and that's starting your morning with gentle movement. Now, I don't mean pushing yourself through tough workouts or long, exhausting routines. What I'm talking about is moving your body in a way that feels nourishing and kind. Maybe it's stretching your arms overhead while you're still sitting on the edge of the bed. Maybe it's a short walk in the garden or around the block. Or maybe it's a few minutes of light yoga, if that's something you enjoy. What this does is wake up not just your muscles, but also your mind. Movement releases tension that builds up in the body overnight, and it releases those feel-good chemicals, endorphins, that naturally reduce stress and boost your mood. Think of it as telling your body, "Good morning, it's time to feel alive today." Even 10 minutes of gentle movement can set the tone for your whole day. And if walking or stretching feels difficult, remember, even small things, like rolling your shoulders, circling your ankles, or slowly reaching side to side, make a difference. It's about giving your body a little love, not about chasing perfection. And then, there's another daily practice that makes an incredible difference for stress: creating a moment of stillness just for yourself. We live in a world that's always buzzing with noise, phones ringing, TVs playing, worries piling up in our heads. After 60, many people say they crave peace more than anything else. That peace often starts by giving yourself permission to pause. This could look different for everyone. For some, it's sitting quietly with a cup of tea and watching the sunrise. For others, it's opening a favorite book or listening to calming music. It might even be sitting outside and listening to the birds. The key here is that you allow yourself this moment without guilt, without feeling like you should be doing something else. That quiet space tells your mind it doesn't need to keep running in circles. It teaches you that stillness is not emptiness, it's a gift you give to yourself. Now, imagine beginning your day with these 3 practices. A few minutes of mindful breathing to calm your mind, gentle movement to wake up your body, and a moment of stillness to center your spirit. These are small shifts, but together they create a foundation of calm that makes the rest of the day easier to handle. Sometimes, what the mind needs most isn't more thinking, it's release. This is where the power of gentle movement comes in. After 60, many people assume that strenuous exercise is out of the picture, but the truth is, you don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights to feel calmer. Simple, mindful movements like stretching, yoga, or even a slow evening walk can melt away the tension that builds up inside the body. Stress isn't just an emotion, it lives in our muscles, our shoulders, our back, and even in the way we breathe. By moving the body gently every day, you're telling it, you can let go now. You are safe. Imagine this, you've had a long day, perhaps filled with a few worries about your health, your family, or just the passing of time. Instead of sitting and letting those thoughts circle endlessly, you step outside. The air is cool, your steps are steady, and as you walk, you notice the small details, the sound of leaves under your feet, the rhythm of your breathing, the simple fact that you are here, in this moment. With every step, your stress loosens its grip. By the time you return home, you feel lighter, calmer, and more at peace. That's the gift of mindful movement. Another practice that holds incredible power is journaling. Now, I know what you might be thinking, I'm not a writer, or I wouldn't know what to say. But journaling isn't about creating perfect sentences or writing stories. About giving your mind a place to rest. When worries stay locked inside, they often grow heavier. But when you pour them onto paper, something remarkable happens, they begin to lose their weight. You might start with something as simple as, today I felt anxious about, and just let the pen move. Or, on days when you feel grateful, write down 3 small blessings that made you smile. This practice does 2 important things. First, it clears out the mental clutter that fuels stress and anxiety. And second, it trains your brain to notice the good that often hides behind the noise of daily life. Many seniors who journal say that over time, they not only sleep better but also feel more present during the day. It's like opening a window in a stuffy room, you let the fresh air in, and suddenly, everything feels lighter. And here's another daily practice that may surprise you, staying connected, even in small ways. Loneliness is one of the biggest sources of stress after 60, yet sometimes we tell ourselves, I don't want to bother anyone, or people are too busy. But connection doesn't have to mean long phone calls or big social gatherings. It can be as simple as chatting with a neighbor when you water your plants, smiling at the cashier at the store, or sending a quick message to an old friend. These little moments remind you that you're part of a larger web of life, and they soothe the heart in ways that solitude never could. When stress or anxiety rises, our minds often whisper, you're alone in this. But every time you reach out, you prove that voice wrong. Even the smallest exchanges can remind you that life is still full of warmth, laughter, and human connection. And it doesn't just benefit you, the person you smile at, the friend you call, the neighbor you greet, they may be carrying their own worries, and your gesture might be exactly what they needed, too. One of the most overlooked yet powerful daily practices for reducing stress is simply learning to slow down and breathe. Not the shallow, rushed kind of breathing we do without thinking, but slow, intentional breaths that remind the body it doesn't have to stay in fight or flight mode. Stress tricks us into believing everything is urgent, but deep breathing brings us back to a place of calm and control. You don't need special equipment, and you don't need to dedicate an entire hour to it. All it takes is a few minutes a day. Sit comfortably, close your eyes if you'd like, and inhale through your nose for a slow count of 4. Hold that breath gently for another count of 4, and then exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat this cycle a few times, and notice what happens. Your shoulders soften, your heartbeat steadies, and your mind clears, even if just a little. That's your body's way of telling you, thank you for slowing down. Thank you for giving me space to reset. The beauty of this practice is that you can use it anywhere. Whether you're waiting at the doctor's office, lying in bed at night, or sitting quietly in your favorite chair, these mindful breaths can be your anchor. Over time, you may even notice that you respond differently to challenges. Instead of reacting with tension or worry, you pause, breathe, and then move forward with more clarity. Now, when we put all of these daily practices together, mindful mornings, gentle movement, journaling, connection, and deep breathing, they create a powerful rhythm for your days. Each one on its own can make a difference, but combined, they begin to reshape the way you experience life after 60. Stress doesn't disappear completely, of course, but it loses its ability to control you. Anxiety doesn't vanish overnight, but it softens, and you begin to feel more grounded, more steady, and more at peace. Remember, you don't have to start with everything at once. Even choosing one small step today is enough. Maybe you'll take a short walk after dinner. Maybe you'll write down one thing you're grateful for before bed. Or maybe you'll simply pause and take 3 slow breaths when you feel your chest tighten. Every choice you make in the direction of calm is a gift to yourself, and those gifts add up. Life after 60 can be a beautiful chapter, not defined by stress or worry, but by presence, wisdom, and peace. The challenges will come, as they always do, but you'll find yourself better prepared to meet them with calm and strength. So I want to leave you with this: never underestimate the power of small daily habits. They may seem simple, even ordinary, but they hold the key to extraordinary change. You deserve to live with less stress, more joy, and the kind of peace that comes from knowing you're taking care of both your body and your mind. If you found these practices helpful, I'd love to hear which one you plan to try first. Share your thoughts or your own tips in the comments. I always enjoy reading them. And if you'd like more videos like this, filled with simple, uplifting ways to make life after 60 healthier and happier, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Here's to embracing calm, finding peace in the everyday, and living your best life at any age. You've earned it, and it starts with one simple choice today.